What's up, y'all? We back with another one, man. Hope everybody having a blessed one. Yeah, today we got Peewee Longway facing life in prison after the feds wiretapped the plug. Let's get into this one, man.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on Peewee Longway being indicted by the feds and facing life in prison.
Hundreds of millions of dollars worth of drugs and guns, Glock switches, and other items taken off the streets thanks to a special detail that culminated Thursday in Muskogee County.
Law enforcement call it Operation Sweet Silence, which was a 2.5 years in the making, aimed at taking down gang members and cutting crime.
Over $279 million in street value of what they seized. And the FBI, the GBI, the DEA, and others all worked together for Operation Sweet Silence.
Muskogee County Sheriff's Office has worked in lockstep with the FBI and the DEA to go after some very dangerous gang members of the Zohannan gang, members of the Crips.
We've seen the homicide rate more than double because of gangs.
For those individuals who think that they can set up shop in Muskogee County, not on our watch.
101 arrests, over 270 million worth of drugs, guns, switches, and absolutely nothing to do with Peewee Longway. The Atlanta rapper was apparently arrested, and social media would associate his lockup with Operation Sweet Silence. The 2-year investigation would target 2 major gangs in Columbus, Georgia, the Crips and the Zohannans. Local, state, and federal agencies would strike simultaneously, with the FBI bringing 250 agents along with 7 SWAT teams. 155 guns would be recovered, along with over $270 million in cash, and tons of drugs that I can't show on YouTube without getting demonetized. But nobody could find the connection to Peewee Longway, as his name wasn't listed anywhere as being arrested. But that's why y'all watch me, right? I get the paperwork for y'all. According to an indictment out of Atlanta, Peewee Longway, whose real name is Quincy Williams, was charged with conspiracy to distribute a controlled substance, selling, distributing, or dispensing a controlled substance, and money laundering. Peewee would be indicted with 7 co-defendants, the majority being Mexican.
They took off 100-some niggas off the street. But what that's gonna do, man? That ain't doing nothing but making room for the next niggas to come in. Come on. It ain't gonna stop. Like, it's never gonna stop. It's never gonna stop, bro. You got the next niggas, the niggas that want the head spot next probably geek. Like, them niggas finally gone.
Mexican, which plays an important role in this indictment. Since May of 2023, the Atlanta DEA has been investigating a man named Francisco Cortez, who's also known as Paco Primo. Allegedly, Cortez was trafficking drugs and laundering money throughout North Georgia, and agents identified several cell phone numbers associated to him. His second in command would be identified as Luis Miguel Montoya Villagomez, aka Palome. He'd be responsible for the coordination of suspected narcotics shipments from Houston, Texas coming into Atlanta. The drugs would be sold throughout the area.
You know how hype them young niggas is that the old niggas gone? Like, especially Peewee Longway? What? They too geek.
And the money would make its way back to Cortez. On the 4th of July 2024, agents intercepted a wiretap between Cortez and Quincy Williams, aka Peewee Longway. The conversation was cryptic, with Cortez saying, "On the shoes, I got you for sure. On the windows, give me 20 bags so I can get at least 20 of them." Cortez would then say, "I got you on the shoes in less than an hour." DEA agents would interpret the conversation as Peewee negotiating for an unknown amount of shoes or cocaine and 20 kilos of meth or windows. Because of the holiday and the 1-hour time window, agents weren't prepared in time and remain unsure.
Why did they name the meth windows when they know that another name for meth is glass? They should never name their windows. Like, these niggas retarded, bro. Well, stupid, bro. Damn.
sure if the transaction took place, but another one would 4 days later. On July 8th, it was 3:20 p.m. as agents monitored the Cortez residence with an electronic.
The drug game sold up anyway, bro. The drug game is sold the fuck up, nigga. That shit is voodoo, doo-doo. Like, if you doing it, like, you gotta been grown into it. Like, just saying, like, okay, I'm about to go do that shit right now. It could happen, but it's like, that shit whack, bro. Like, to just jump out of nowhere and do it in 2024, it's crazy, man, but.
Surveillance platform. A vehicle would pass by several times before parking in the roadway. Cortez's wife would then exit the residence and approach the vehicle. The passenger would exit, opening the trunk and passing her a large cardboard box she then brought inside. An hour later, another vehicle would pull up and Peewee Longway would exit the rear passenger seat, walk into the front door of the home. He'd walk back with the large cardboard box to the trunk and leaving. On July 11th, agents intercepted another wiretap between Cortez and his second in command for a sale of 40 kilos of cocaine that would take place the next day. A van would be seen unloading and loading at Cortez's home, and agents would trace it to another home they'd hit with a search warrant. Agents wouldn't find any drugs, but would recover $500,000 in cash bundled in shoeboxes. Throughout the criminal complaint, the focus would remain on Cortez, and it would appear he was the plug. But at this point, no agent could prove Peewee Longway did anything aside from pick up a box that could have had anything inside of it. In fact, that's all they had on him. He could have literally picked up shoes in a box. But regardless, he'd be charged with conspiring to distribute at least 500 grams of meth and 5 kilos of cocaine, all because of a wiretap conversation with no proof that the deal even went down. That's how scary the feds are. Arrest warrants would go out and Peewee Longway would be placed to distribute at least 500 grams of meth and 5 kilos of cocaine, all because of a wiretap conversation with no proof that the deal even went down. That's how scary the feds are. Arrest warrants would go out and Peewee Longway would be placed into custody. The feds would file an order of detention pending trial, meaning they didn't want Peewee released on bond. Reason being, he has a lengthy criminal record with several prior convictions for drug offenses and violations of parole or probation. During his arrest, his home and recording studio were both searched. Within the studio, agents recovered 7 firearms and 3,000 M30 or Perk 30 pills believed to be cut with fentanyl. Within his home, they'd find 3 more guns, 2 of which were stolen, along with marijuana and a small amount of other narcotics. Peewee has yet to be charged with the firearms and 3,000 pills, but for the charges he does face, Peewee is looking at up to a life sentence in federal prison just for conspiring to buy large amounts of cocaine and meth. It's likely the feds will use the 3,000 pills and guns as a last resort to bury the rapper in prison. Now all of that 270 million worth of drugs and the gang takedowns, and Peewee's not in none of that paperwork. That doesn't have shit to do with him. It just so happens everything kind of happened at the same time. Allegedly, for the charges he does face, Peewee is looking at up to a life sentence in federal prison just for conspiring to buy large amounts of cocaine and meth. It's likely the feds will use the 3,000 pills and guns as a last resort to bury the rapper in prison. Now all of that 270 million worth of drugs and the gang takedowns, and Peewee's not in none of that paperwork. That doesn't have shit to do with him. It just so happens everything kind of happened at the same time. Allegedly, the word is...
Steady Nash was right. Okay.
Is they're cracking down on the cartels, bringing drugs into Atlanta. And all of his co-defendants in this case are Mexican. But I'm not saying nothing about no cartels, because they don't motherfucking play. So, we just gonna keep it moving. Anyways, as far as Peewee Longway goes, the feds are so fucking scary that if you just say something over the phone about buying something and they think it's something else, they can come raid your studio, raid your house, charge you with a conspiracy of buying an insane amount of meth. Only proof that they have is you walked up to a door, a lady gave you a box, a cardboard box, and you put it in your trunk. That's it. That's the only evidence they have. That and a wiretap conversation of what they think is you buying cocaine and meth. That's enough for you to get picked up and face life in federal prison. Now the 3,000 fentanyl pills that were apparently found in the studio, I don't know if they can charge him with that. How can they prove that they were his? It's a recording studio. Who all uses the studio? I don't necessarily think that that can just fall on him. Now it's a sensitive topic because Rich Homie Quan just passed away. Big Scar passed away. The female that was signed to Gucci passed away. All of these were overdose deaths, most likely relating to fake pills, cut pills. It's tough to be a supporter of the trap era of music, right? Because back then, or when I was in high school, like 2010, that's what the music was. It was trap music, even before that. You know what I mean? Fentanyl wasn't a thing. Nowadays, the dudes that are pushing this and selling that, that's what they're pushing. And it's killing everybody. Those 3,000 pills, if they can somehow connect it to him, that's another charge that I guarantee he does not want. Now, they also found shit. We're gonna slap all this on top of that and make sure you don't go home. Now, it's a tough case, and I looked into some of his co-defendants, and his co-defendants have been caught up with pounds of meth and all types of other things in other states. These dudes be moving around and doing their thing. Like I said, I'm not gonna get too deep into them. I really couldn't find pictures of them to show y'all who they are. And you know, what they're allegedly affiliated with, I don't want nothing to fucking do with. But as for Peewee Longway, I'm gonna be.
I just know Peewee taking that shit to trial. He look like a type of nigga that'll play with them and take it to trial.
Be honest, it does not look good. He had nothing to do with the big operation. This is his own thing. It's just him and these co-defendants. I think 7 people in total. And we'll just have to wait and see on an update. But like I said, in my opinion, they got you on conspiring to buy and sell 500 pounds of this and 5 kilos of that. I'd never want to be in that position. Let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, y'all rocking with me. Until next time.
Alright, man, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up, man. Shit, man. My nigga Peewee got caught up. He had a long run, man. He'll be good, man. He gonna make it out the situation. Hopefully he do, though. Y'all go ahead and like, comment,
Well,
and
it's time to find a new
subscribe.
apartment on Zillow.
I'll get back with you on the next video.